rugged north, to the beautiful south, to the centre, east, west, doesn't matter where, for four-wheel drive tips and tricks and travel and information, you've come to the right place. Come for a ride with us, Mudduck's four-wheel drive touring. G'day everybody, Steve from Mudduck's four-wheel drive touring, doing something a bit different today. We're coming out to Stockton Beach and we're going to do a little bit of practice driving on the sand. Behind me there we've got Graham. He's never ever driven on a beach before, and we've also in the background over here, nobody misses out, this is Dee, this is Graham's wife,
better half,
and this is Gavo. Now Graham and Gav and crew have not driven on sand before. I'm not an expert, but I've driven on plenty of sand. So the idea of today is to show and help these guys learn how to drive on the beach so they can do it on their own. Not everything I do may be correct, but I think it should be. So I'm not a professional, so just take it as it is, and I'll give the relative advice that I can. Now, first thing we're going to do, of course, is lower the tyre pressures, and we'll get into that. I'll show you more in due course. Now you've connected up, Gav. It's pretty straightforward. The old Indiflate. To do that, when you want to check your tyres, just stop it again. Now, I would suggest that Stockton being pretty soft, we start at about 18, maybe go a bit lower later on. Try 18 for starters. Give it a go, mate. Get onto that. Get onto that. Get onto that. It will take a little while. So. Now, I saw Graham a couple of weeks ago. He liked the look at Indiflate so much that he's bought one himself.
Better than one of those screw-in ones.
Yeah, the old valve removal style. They're no fun. Anyway, so Graham has seen this one in use, so we're going to let him just set his up on his own and see how he goes.
Yeah, just got to get the
He's an Indiflate virgin, guys.
that'd be the only
It
thing.
may be the only thing he's a virgin, and you may be right, Dee.
No, definitely
You may be right.
Definitely not. Unless you can edit it, I'll tell you a little bit more.
Well, as you know, but these are straightforward. Off comes the valve cap. Sorry about the sunnies, guys, but seriously, it's too bright to not have them on. Anyway, obviously there's other ways to deflate your tyres without using the Indiflate, but I'm an Indiflate convert. Graham's bought one after I showed him how to do it, and Gav hasn't got anything to do here, so he's using Indiflate as well. You use whatever method you like, okay? We've all pretty well converted Indiflates because they're just that good. So...
Do we get a commission from Indiflate?
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? We're nearly done, and we'll be out on the beach shortly.
kicks off occasionally. Yeah, sort of. There was one spot where it sort of kicked out a little bit. I thought I was going to get bogged.
No, it does that, chucks you around, but
Yeah.
you get used to that. It's just one of those things. Like I said, you don't fight it, you just let it drive.
Yeah.
And these are the
Good
kind
fun.
of bays we'll be pulling up into whenever we want to stop, because we haven't got much beach today.
Yeah, no, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
What am I
good.
supposed to do with the Ranger now?
I know, right?
Let it rot?
Graham has got himself well and truly stuck. Now guys, we did this on purpose, so there's enough of us here. We're going to practice with the recovery boards. The reality is it'll probably drive out in four-wheel drive, but we're just going to practice what it's like to put down some max tracks and get an idea of what that feels like. So we'll get into that and we'll be back. Well, now that you've got yourself bogged, you have to get you unbogged. If you don't have a shovel and you've got max tracks, they're designed for you to do this. You just dig out as best as you can under the wheel, because the idea is you're building a road. So you want to get as much of this crap from in front of the tyre as you can, because we're going to go forwards. So like we said earlier, this is a two-wheel drive, because it'll drive out in four-wheel drive. But it's the same principle. As much sand out as you can. Basically get as low under that tyre as you can without it dropping further down in the sand. And once you've got it, you get your track and you shove it as deep under there as you can. Now I probably haven't got enough sand out of that. Sometimes it's easier to do it by hand. If not, use an actual shovel. You get the idea. Wears you out. It's not exactly a non-fit person's game. That's pretty good. Now what we do, we try to get that out as far under there as practical. It's not always easy. And you really wedge it in there. We do the same on the other side, which we won't film because it's the same. So you fire it up, turn your diff lock on. You should see, you may only work in neutral, but there's a light come on.
Yeah, or two squiggly ones.
Okay. I'll just double check. Yeah, that's the one. Right, now all I want you to do is put it in first gear. So select sports mode. Put it in first so it actually shows first. Now drive slowly. I don't want wheel spin. I want you to drive out as if you're taking off really slowly. See how it feels. Now go. Now stop. So, how did that feel?
Felt just driving out of a driveway.
That's the idea of it. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
You don't spin the wheels on them because it wrecks the tracks. You do that, and that works in four-wheel drive, high range, low range. And that's how you get out of bog holes like that, self-recovery, if you have a set of max tracks.
Yeah.
If you don't, well, that makes life harder. What I'm going to do now is Gavin and Graham don't have recovery hitches with them. They will both be getting them, but they haven't got them now. I have a heap of them, so I'm going to set up using my gear to do a simulated snatch recovery on Gav's truck. The right way, not the stupidly go fast way. We'll go and get some gear and we'll be back shortly. If you haven't got a hitch like that, then you put it around, you take this out, you put it around the pin. Just put the strap around the pin on its own. The old snatch strap. This case we're using the shackle. Put it through the bow of the shackle, through the shackle back up. Sounds straightforward. When it's tight, as soon as it gets the hand tight, turn it off about a quarter or half a turn, thereabouts. What that does is it stops that getting tight and binding up and you're not being able to undo it. Now on the other end, we're going to use a soft shackle. Find out if the ARB shackle fits in.
Yeah, we've got this one now.
Should do. Yeah, soft shackles are becoming more popular. Whether this one fits or not's another thing. It may not. It has a protective sleeve. So if you put it in big things that aren't designed for it, it's protected. We have things that are designed for it here. That will just fall off like that, don't worry about that. That's meant to do that. Slip that through. In this case we're using a genuine Max Trax recovery point. Put your soft shackle on there. Pull him tight. And that is it. We're connected. Now the beauty of the soft shackle is it's soft. Duh. If it snaps or anything snaps, there's no kinetic energy in that that's going to flick back and kill you. At the other end, where we have the bow shackle, if that lets go, it could fly back and kill you. Fortunately, that particular shackle is well and truly rated for the job, so that's not going to happen. Now the next thing we do, this is generally adequate, but to be double safe, we're going to put a blanket on it. So if anything breaks, the strap will drop to the ground rather than fly towards any occupants or users. This particular blanket is an ARB one. It really doesn't matter what you use. If you don't have one of these, put the handles of your recovery bag over it. So all it's doing is providing weight. Now you can fill those up with sand, make them heavier. The purpose of this is just on there for a demo. That way it'll just fall if anything lets go. So the next part is we brief the two drivers as to what's going on. So, Gavo, when I tell you, you'll be in reverse trying to back up gently, and Graham will be trying to pull you forwards in his car, and you'll do that by communicating to each other that you're ready, and he'll acknowledge you on the radio, and then he'll just drive forward. Graham.
Yes.
You
four-wheel drive and strap it.
Yes, you will, when Gavin tells you he's ready, take up the strain just gently, and then when he sees he's okay and you say you're okay, you will drive off gently in first gear low range or second gear low range until he comes out of the hole, and he'll indicate that he's out and free by either beeping his horn or calling on the radio. Low range is the easiest. It's a gentle tug. We're not trying to pull it out 100 mile an hour and rip the back diff out of it. We're literally just going to take up the strain and pull it. Snatch straps being what they are, they're a kinetic strap. They stretch. The elasticity is what pulls the car out. They take up their tension and they'll pull the car out quickly. That's how they work. You got that? Got that?
Got that.
Your radio's on the back of your car. All bystanders will be at least 3 times the distance of the length of the strap away from the cars at 90 degrees. So they're going over there. You guys are going to contact each other on the radio, okay? Now for this purpose, I'll stand near Gav. I'll be out of the way and letting you know what they're doing. You jump in your car, start it up and listen for Gav on the radio. Another thing, guys, don't walk over an actively connected strap like I just did. I know the cars are not running, but don't do it. This is my situation, so I've set this up. So you put yours in reverse gear, low range, Gav.
Yep.
Turn your traction control back off again. Now all you have to do is tell Graham that you're ready for him to take up the stream, so just get in contact with each other. Are you ready, Graham? It helps if he answers.
When you're ready. This is slow.
Yeah. Okay, now if you're ready, tell you to go.
Right to go.
And once you're out, tell him you're out and you can drive. Now I know that was oversimplified, guys, because the cars were hardly stuck. It's just to give them an idea of what to do in that situation. I'm pretty close to being right. Yes, with some different connects, you might put the cable dampener in a different spot. There's lots of things you can do differently, but that is a nice safe recovery point. No real tension put on it, and it got the job done. And that's all we're trying to show them here today. Variations of how to do a job safely. As you can see, we've got Kaz on the air up over here.
Hello.
So Gav hasn't got any gear, so we're airing up his afterwards. We've got Graham doing the same thing here with his end deflate as well. And we'll do Gavin's in a minute.
I'm going to go down there and ask them if they've got any deflates and tell them about it.
That's too slow. So we won't show you any more of us pumping up tyres, and I know there wasn't a lot of footage in this one. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you did enjoy it, chuck a like on it, really helps the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, click the notification bell, you'll know when a new clip comes up. And to the old hands, as always, thanks for taking your time out of your day to watch one of my clips. We'll get these tyres pumped up and we'll go home. We will see you on the next one. Just get out there, enjoy the bush. Cheers, guys. This doesn't get buried in a hurry, I'll do it in the hole.
No, you'll be doing most of this. I'll watch what's happening.
How tough are you, Steve? Full.
Not that tough. I'm not the one wearing the bloody wife beater singlet.
A bit of puller, remember?
You're the puller.
I'm the puller.
Gav is the puller.
Gav, I got to pull you around.